Hey guys, I'm Carissa Blanchard. Today I'm going to talk to you about the new Graphite Titanium Babyliss Pro 4-in-1 curling iron. And I really like it because it's great for weddings and any sort of traveling when it comes to hairdressing, and also saving space in a salon, especially because I work at Halo Salon in Ukiah and I love the space I work in, but it's definitely compact and I need my tools to be compact. So I wanted to show you how to use each part of the tool. It has 4 different versions, which I just posted on my Instagram if you want to go kind of see an in-depth look at them. But I'm gonna do my hair. This is slept on, not brushed, and this is what it looks like. I also have sew-in hair extensions, so you'll get to see that today as well. I'm going to use my favorite tool today, which is the concave curl wand. I love this so much. It's going to give me really pretty loose mermaid waves. My hair is just slept on. I washed it last night and slept on it wet, even though it's really bad because I do have sew-in hair extensions. So you'll get to see how to style hair extensions. I'm going to curl my hair with my wand and I'm going to do a little updo at the end, like a day do. While I'm waiting, I'm going to use my Olaplex No.7 and I'm using about 5 taps. A little goes a really long way. And I'm just putting it on mids and ends for heat protection because this has heat protection, frizz control, moisture. It's a great wearable treatment. You can put it in every day, multiple times a day. Love it. Especially because I've just given less F's since it's been the quarantine. I've been quarantined for 11 days, not making any money, like many of you out there, and it sucks. But I'm trying to make the best of it. That's why I'm making this video. I don't normally record myself. This is really the first YouTube video I'm making of recording myself versus my hands doing someone else's hair. So, hope you enjoy. First, I'm going to expose my natural hair. My extensions are clipped up. They're about 4 weeks grown out right now. That's what they look like. So I'm going to curl my natural hair first, and I'm not going to make it that curly because I don't want it to stand out from the rest of my extensions. Taking like 1.5 inch sections, maybe 2 inch sections. Not too small, but not too big. Probably doesn't help too much. And I'm really not trying to curl the ends too much. I'm leaving them a lot straighter because they'll blend a lot more with my extensions. This goes for any clip-in extensions, sew-ins, any sort of extensions, tape-ins. And so I'm also curling everything away from my face, so towards the back. So I just grabbed this big chunk in the back and did whatever direction was comfortable because they're both going to meet in the back. So really it won't start mattering until you get to the top of your hair with the way you curl that middle section in the back. So in my Instagram video, which my Instagram is Carissa the Beauty Navigator, I mentioned how I pretty much never go above 375 on any of my hot tools unless someone has extremely coarse unruly hair, and making sure I'm using an amazing heat protection, especially like Olaplex. And even then, I usually only take it up to like 390, because really you're gonna start burning your hair at 400, and you need it to be hot enough to do what you want, but you also don't need to overdo it, because you'll make your ends so much more dry so much quicker. I'm gonna drop that whole section, and I just have 2 beaded rows of sew-ins, and I just picked up one side of them. I've lost some beads over here, so you know, this is real. Welcome to the quarantine. But I let out both sides, and that's about how much hair it gave me. You can really see. Thanks to Kristen, shout out to Kristen at Halo for doing my extensions, and Rachel for doing my color, my natural color. I love them both. They're so great. And thanks for making my hair look great and making me feel pretty. Love you guys. I love the way my color looks right there when I do this. It's so pretty. I love myself. I'm working on that. But, and I'm just taking like I don't know if you can see how big that section is, but that's almost too big. I'm really pushing the limits with that one, but it's not too thick. And as long as I work from the bottom up, and I'm also bottom up meaning like I started at the bottom of my hair working up until I reach the top. But when I do this, if you notice, I'm wrapping it at the base first, and I continue to wrap it around, and I'm trying to keep it flat instead of winding up the hair. That happens a lot because it will take a lot longer to heat up, and it'll look so different. Like if I was doing a wedding, I definitely would take 1-inch sections. It would take me 30 minutes or more to curl somebody's hair, and I would be curling with hairspray, where this is like an everyday look. I definitely don't use hairspray a lot because I feel like it's drying to my hair and it damages it. So for formal hair, use hairspray for sure, and use smaller sections. But if you're like doing an everyday look and you don't want to look like you're friggin' dressing to the nines when you're walking out the door, and just trying to be a normal human being. All right, here's this lovely back piece that you guys can't really see very well. Let me see if I can turn my body. I'm on a tiny stool. That's Sean, my love, in the background. He put this whole setup. I'm in my RV right now. I live in a very small RV. It's nice. It's 2019, but it's tiny. So anyway, we're making do with what we got until I have more money to do stuff. Yeah, that I can get paid and, you know, not be quarantined. So until then, I'll just brush the shit out of my hair for 5 seconds. I don't know if y'all noticed I was doing that. All right, this one I'm gonna go backwards because I feel like it's majority from this right side. Really gotta get the right angle when it comes to curling your own hair. You notice both my hands are almost above my head. So contort your body. And so you can see this like end that's not really done. So I'm gonna put my curling iron in that last crease that was the same shape, and just keep going away. And release that very end. Because I still want to look like I'm 2020, not 2000s. I don't know, were curl ones even a thing in 2000s? Don't know. This is the hardest thing, is I am so not used to having all this hair. This is my first month having sew-in extensions. So I'm learning how to deal with a mountain of hair. I deal with it on my clients all the time, but when it comes to myself, it is much harder. And the goal is not perfection here. It's just to make it last for a few days, and look, you know, day ready. Look quarantine ready. La-dee-dee. section. So this is my third section. And again, if you didn't have extensions, you still would do it the same way. You would do probably 3 to 4 sections working from the bottom up. And it's, you know, this is angled in a nice swooping horseshoe motion, or C-curve if you will. And that's a really nice section to take for your hair anyway, even if you don't have extensions, because it blends everything. Everything on an angle will be much more blended when it comes to cutting, when it comes to color, and when it comes to styling your hair. Okay, so I've decided to turn my wand up, and it only goes up in like increments of 20. So it goes from 75 to 95. So I am doing 395 right now because I feel like my extensions are so thick, and this is like one whole weft. So I'm gonna do these on 395 for a shorter amount of time, and then I'm probably gonna take it back down to 375 for my natural hair left on the top. This definitely took me time to learn how to curl wand my own hair and wrap it properly, because it's really hard to learn to like move your arms around. The thing I notice the most about my clients is they like want to do everything from like right here, their arms locked in, but if you really contort yourself and just lean into whatever you're doing, you really can do a lot more, and it's much easier and consistent. Practice is really the key to doing this too. Like people who don't know how to braid, people who don't know how to style their hair, all it takes is beginning. Like start the journey, try. It's gonna be hard at first, but then it's gonna get easier. Like the more you do it, the more you practice, that's how you get better. Just like playing an instrument, becoming a hairdresser, doing anything, it's just putting your mind to it and then doing it a couple of times and seeing some progress to give yourself a boost. Okay, so here I am. And remember, we did heat protection in the beginning, which was this Olaplex right here, Olaplex No.7. I applied mids to ends, about 5 taps is what I would call it. And then I brushed it through, which evenly distributed it. So that was my heat protection. I've had it the whole time. Very important, use it every single time, mids to ends. And I turned the heat back to 375 because look at how easy my natural hair curls, just because the texture of the extensions looks like my hair, but in reality, it's just a little bit thicker. I have fine hair, but I have a whole bunch of it. And I brush it out because it gets every little tangle out, so when you actually go to wrap it around your wand, you have no kinks that show up later, and it just makes it look less good, and we want it to look good. End of story. So on natural hair that is not filled with extensions, this probably would have taken me like 15 minutes, maybe even a little bit less. And it would take you 15 minutes. And if you have extensions, then yeah, it's gonna take you probably 25 to 30 minutes to do it until you've had your extensions for a really long time. You just know how to get through your hair quicker. I love this, by the way. It's so awesome. It's just cool to have a tool that I can trade out every single day. And especially living in my RV, I don't have room for shit. I ain't got room for any extra tools, and I have a lot of hairdressing tools. Last but not least, this weird piece and this weird piece. now that I've gotten to this point where I've like curled everything pretty good, I brush it out after it's cooled. It's probably been like 5 minutes since I've finished curling. So I'm gonna use my wet brush, and I'm gonna start from, I really like a wow comb too, I just don't have it with me. I like to start from the underneath and kind of work up to the top. Brushing is key. It is key to making it go from Noodle City to looking like freaking glorious mermaid waves, which I love. And look at how pretty this side is and how it frames my face versus this being undone. I'm brushing from underneath and then working up. I mean, really, you brush all over, but starting underneath just makes it easier so you're not creating tangles for yourself. So yeah, I don't know what the back looks like. Hopefully it looks good. I'm going to use, this is an invisible serum. That's what it's called. They have cute little names like that. I freaking love Davines. If you've never heard of Davines, look it up. I think it's actually pronounced Davines, but I just think Davines sounds fancier, so I end up saying it all the time. But it's completely plant-based. It's amazing. It's certified organic. It's the bomb. So check it out. And I'm just going to use a tiny little dollop of this. This is an invisible serum, and I'm going to rub it all around, and I'm going to grab my ends and start pulling through my ends because it helps with piecing. It helps with frizz control. It does not make your hair feel soft, but it does hold your style really well. And that's kind of like the compromise you have to make is, do you want your hair to feel really soft, or do you want it to look really good and hold? Because sometimes you have to make a choice. And then I'm just gonna brush that through one more time. Try to get a better angle for you guys. Hopefully you can see it. But yeah, this is the Babyliss Pro Graphite Titanium Curl Wand. It's a 4-in-1 tool. It has 4 different tools that can snap on. This is one of them. And I'm going to show you guys the rest in just a couple of days. I plan on styling my hair each day with a different tool, giving you a different look. And now I'm just going to do like a simple little day do, because I do like the way this looks, but I think you guys just need to see a little bit more of what you can do every day from a hairdresser's perspective. I'm just going to take the front of my hair and I'm kind of using my thumb to twist it in. There's just one twist. I'm just going to put one bobby pin in right here, just so it's held underneath of this hair. So I decided to show you guys my hair in my bathroom. Again, I live in Myron East, so I have a pretty small bathroom, but it has amazing lighting. So I wanted to show you. But let me know what you guys think of this look, and what else you'd like to see. Again, this is my first video recording myself, which is kind of stressful and is hard to not judge yourself, but you know, whatever. I'm here in quarantine. I'm bored as hell. I have knowledge to share and I want to share. So anyway, I hope you guys like it. Enjoy your day.